As an artist, I promise that I will also let my imagination fill the canvas you will create.
Thank you, Army, for your endless love and support. Your strength, passion, and unity keep inspiring not only BTS, but the entire world. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with every historic step BTS members continue to make, because today, we are witnessing another milestone that will be remembered in both K-pop and world history. Jeonju, South Korea, a breathtaking and historic moment unfolded once again. Inside the Grand Jeonju Arts Center, the calm yet powerful voice of a young man in a black suit echoed across the hall filled with global CEOs, presidents, and top executives from 21 APEC member economies. That man was not a diplomat or an economist, but Kim Namjoon, known to the world as RM, the leader of the legendary group BTS. On Wednesday, October 29, 2025, at exactly 3:05 p.m. KST, RM took the stage at the APEC CEO Summit 2025. With composure and confidence, he began his speech titled, Cultural Creative Industries in the APEC Region and the Soft Power of K-Culture. In just 10 minutes, he delivered a message that went far beyond entertainment. He spoke as a visionary, sharing how Korean culture has evolved into a global influence. But what was RM truly feeling as he stood among presidents, billion-dollar CEOs, and world leaders? What message did he wish to deliver to the world this time? As the cameras zoomed in, RM stood tall behind a podium labeled APEC CEO Summit Korea 2025. His black suit was crisp, his tie perfectly in place, and the small golden pin on his lapel gleamed under the spotlight. He began to speak, not as a politician, but as a storyteller. His words carried warmth, intellect, and conviction. He spoke about creativity as a bridge between nations, about K-pop as a universal language, and about how art can heal a divided world. The audience was silent, captivated. Some nodded thoughtfully, others smiled in admiration. RM wasn't just giving a speech, he was delivering a message of connection, reminding the world that music, art, and empathy transcend political borders. Could this be the beginning of a new era, where culture becomes a form of diplomacy as powerful as politics itself? RM among the world's most influential leaders. What made this moment even more striking was RM's position at the event, sitting in the front row, beside government officials and corporate giants. His seat was labeled BTS, a simple yet symbolic detail. Around him sat some of the most powerful names in global business, CEOs of tech, finance, and energy corporations. Many were seen nodding and smiling as RM spoke, impressed by the depth of his insights. But for those who have followed RM's journey, this was not surprising. The young artist who once stood on music stages now stands as a true representation of South Korea's cultural diplomacy and soft power. From the United Nations in 2018 to messages of hope during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, and now APEC 2025, RM continues to expand his role as a global voice of his generation. In his speech, RM emphasized that creative industries are not only about profit but about building empathy and cooperation between societies. He described K-culture as a transformative, global movement, not merely entertainment, but a reflection of values, hard work, and dreams that inspire millions. Culture is a language that needs no translation, he said, pausing as applause filled the hall. Can culture really be stronger than politics? Can songs and art unite nations more deeply than treaties ever could? Those questions lingered in the air long after his speech ended. Hybe, from music to global diplomacy, RM's participation was fully supported by Hybe, the parent company of Bigot Music, which served as an official sponsor of the APEC CEO Summit 2025. Hybe's interactive exhibition booth showcased global business strategies, artist achievements, and the evolution of K-pop fandom culture. At one point, RM was seen visiting the Hybe booth, smiling warmly as he stood among futuristic light sticks and digital installations under the sign. Glance at Hybe. It was more than a display of technology and music. It was a message. K-pop is no longer just entertainment. It's a global economic and cultural force. Who could have imagined that a group born from a small practice room would someday represent cultural diplomacy on one of the world's largest economic stages? RM, the voice of a generation. To many, RM is not just a performer. He is a modern thinker, a poet, and a cultural bridge. He understands youth, technology, and the heartbeat of a changing world. That's why his presence at APEC wasn't symbolic, it was strategic. His speech was one of 20 major sessions featuring over 85 speakers, including global leaders in AI, finance, semiconductor development, and digital currencies. The summit's theme, Beyond Business, Bridge, perfectly embodied RM himself, a living bridge between business and culture, technology and humanity, generations and nations. Will this moment open the door for more K-pop figures to take part in global forums? Could cultural diplomacy become Asia's new strength in international relations? As RM finished his final sentence and stepped back from the podium, the room erupted in applause. News cameras flashed, journalists stood, and the live broadcast spread instantly across the globe. Within minutes, hashtags like #RM at APEC 2025, #LetterAwfulture, and #KPOP meets world dominated X-Twitter worldwide trends. ARMEs everywhere shared videos and emotional reactions. From the UN to APEC, our leader keeps making history. One fan from Brazil wrote, RM spoke not as an idol, but as the voice of a generation. Another fan from the Philippines added, RM ended his speech with a line that moved everyone present. We may speak different languages, but we share one rhythm, the rhythm of dreams. The hall fell silent again. It wasn't just a sentence, it was a truth that resonated deeply. In just 10 minutes, RM managed to deliver a message that many political speeches failed to capture, that culture, creativity, and connection can change the world, a new milestone for K-pop and global culture. By speaking at the APEC CEO Summit 2025, RM officially became the first K-pop artist in history to address the world's most influential economic forum. It's a moment that not only makes armies proud, but also proves that K-pop has become an integral part of the global cultural and creative economy. His presence showed the world that art and culture are now vital components of international dialogue, tools for unity, empathy, and innovation. Could this be the start of a new era where artists become cultural diplomats? And could BTS one day take part in shaping discussions not only about music but about the future of humanity? One thing is certain, on this historic day, Kim Namjoon didn't just speak at APEC, he spoke to the world with the voice of a leader, the heart of an artist, and the soul of a dreamer who believes that every great change begins with one word, hope. The world stood still when news broke that BTS's leader, Kim Namjoon RM, had just made history, becoming the first ever K-pop artist invited to speak at the APEC CEO Summit 2025. The announcement sent waves of pride across social media, and ARMEs everywhere couldn't contain their emotions. Who would have thought that the same boy who once rapped about dreams in a small studio would one day stand before world leaders and global CEOs, speaking not through a song, but through the power of his voice? As he walked onto the grand stage in Seoul, dressed in a sleek black suit with calm confidence, the entire hall fell into a rare, anticipatory silence. Cameras flashed, but Namjoon didn't flinch. His presence was magnetic not because of fame, but because of depth. When he began his speech with the words, "The future isn't just about power, it's about purpose," the room froze. Every line that followed felt like a bridge between art, humanity, and progress. He spoke not only as an artist but as a global citizen. Music, he said, is not a distraction from the world's challenges, it's a reflection of them. His voice carried a quiet strength, one that didn't demand attention but earned it. Each sentence echoed like poetry, thoughtful, humble, yet commanding. But what truly captivated everyone was the personal touch he added near the end. He looked down for a moment, smiled faintly, and said, "Once, I was just a kid who wrote lyrics in a small room, wondering if anyone would ever listen. Today, I stand here because people did, and I hope we never forget. Change always begins with listening." Was he talking to the CEOs, the world, or perhaps to the members who once stood beside him? No one could tell, but everyone felt it. The hall erupted in applause, not the kind reserved for politicians or corporate figures, but for someone who spoke from the heart. Reports said several delegates were moved to tears, calling his speech a masterpiece of sincerity. Moments later, Namjoon's name began trending worldwide. ARMEs shared clips of his address with captions like "Leader."